Hi, this is Trinda. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to make 5 different freezer meals out of one pork loin. This is for my family of 5. I'm going to be breaking down each one of these recipes, but we are doing a slow cooker apple pork roast. This is just dump and go. An Instant Pot honey pork chops, also dump and go. As you can see, the dump and go are definitely my favorite. Honey pecan pork chops. This is going to be cooked on a skillet on the stove. Garlic balsamic pork kabobs. You will need to take this out, skewer it, and then cook it. Delicious. And then these grilled Mongolian pork chops. So stick around and we are going to show you how to make each one of these recipes today. Have here is a boneless pork loin I got from Costco. It's only $1.99 a pound, so for about 10 pounds I paid about $20 for this. Now I'm going to be cutting this up into roasts. I'm going to cut some up for kebabs, and the rest will be in pork chops. If you kind of forget how to cut it, I mean, you can cut it any way you want, but it even shows you on the back. Cut the ends off for your roasts. There's a sirloin roast, a rib roast, and loin chops. And it even gives you cutting instructions and freezing, all this. So it gives you a lot of information. There's some recipe ideas. So I definitely save money by cutting my own, and I get a lot out of it for really cheap. And every once in a while, these will go on sale on Costco as well, so you can get them even for cheaper. So I love getting this. Here is, I've kind of just eyeballed this, how much I think my family will eat for a roast. So I cut that off the one end, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is just cut pork chops all the way down until I get the end. And the end I will cut up for my pork kebabs. So those will be in like little chunks. So I'm going to throw this on the plate and just cut up a whole bunch of pork chops. I have it all chopped up. I have my pork loin roast. This is chopped up for the pork kebabs, and I have all these beautiful pork chops. The beauty is you can do it as thin or as thick as your family likes. The only thing you want to do is try to make them uniform so they all cook at the same time. So my family doesn't like the super thin, but we don't like the thick. So I kind of did a medium, how I thought my family would enjoy it. So all my meat's cut up, and now I just need to assemble my freezer meals. So I am going to be working on these garlic balsamic pork kebabs. This is a super easy meal, and just as a reminder, the link to once a month meals will be in the description box down below. These are the ingredients I need: 4 teaspoons of garlic, 2 tablespoons of thyme, 2 tablespoons sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon black pepper, half cup balsamic, half cup olive oil, and then 2 pounds of pork chops. I'm just going to put in as much as I think my family will eat, which you saw earlier I cut up. And also, if you don't want to use sugar, you could definitely use honey in this recipe and it would be really good. So in a large bowl, we're just going to combine everything, put the pork in, and then pour the marinade on top, label it, freeze it, and we're good to go. The great thing is it also gives you could make it now, it gives you directions. But we are probably going to make it from frozen later, and it's going to be easy. All we're going to do is thaw it in the fridge, remove the marinade, place the meat on skewers, and then grill and broil them for 10 to 15 minutes until done. Super easy, super easy. And I already have the skewers I keep on hand, so I won't need those. All right, so let's go ahead and make up the marinade. Okay, I got out everything I needed: olive oil, pepper. I love having this minced garlic from Costco. Sugar, this is just pink Himalayan salt. Got my balsamic and thyme, and I'm ready to mix this all up. Okay, I have everything in my bowl, and I'm just going to whisk this together. I have to say, when I was adding my thyme, I just felt like 2 tablespoons was an awful lot. So I did cut it down to 1 tablespoon. I love thyme, but remember, I do have 3 young children, so even though they love balsamic, I don't want to make any seasoning too overpowering, so that way they will enjoy it. So we're going to try it with 1 tablespoon and see how it goes. All right, so my marinade is all mixed up, And you know what, honestly, as a busy mom, if you don't want to do this, you could probably get away with just buying a balsamic vinaigrette, bottle in the store and marinate your pork that way. But we are going to be doing it this way to try out this recipe. All right, next we're just going to get the pork in a bag and add this marinade on top, and we will be done. I know that doesn't look like a lot for a family of 5, but my boys really don't eat that much, and usually meat is like a side item. We usually do a lot of veggies and sometimes fruits, stuff like that. So they'll probably have a skewer of pork and, maybe some rice and some veggies and a salad, stuff like that. So definitely put as much in as you think your family will need. I do write the date on the bag, but the great thing about once a month meals is they have labels to print off that include the directions, so I don't need to write it all out. But if you were writing it out, you would want to put it on your freezer bag before you put anything in it to make it easier. So I'm just going to put the marinade right on top. Okay, it looks amazing already, so I'm just going to put my instructions on there, and I have one meal done. I have not tried this before, or I definitely would have made more than one, because if you're making one, it's super easy to make 2, but I do like to try it out first. That's the way I'm not wasting my time and money. But once you find recipes you love, it's easy to make 2, 3, 4, however many you like, and stick them in your freezer, and then you have that many dinners done. I'm going to be doing these Instant Pot honey pork chops, and basically what we are going to do is salt and pepper our pork chops, put in the bag, make our marinade, I guess you would say, and pour it over the pork chops, and then when we're ready we are going to dump it in the Instant Pot from frozen, and we're done. Super easy. So I have all the ingredients I need, not this, maple syrup, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, salt, pepper, and Dijon mustard. A little tip on what to put your Instant Pot freezer meal in. What I like to do is find a bowl that is a little bit smaller, that fits in well. Put your gallon Ziploc in there, and then what I will do is freeze it in this. And then once it's frozen, I can pop it out of here, keep it, and that way it can pop right in the Instant Pot, taking it out, and it'll fit perfectly. So that's what we're going to do. Step 1, we are just going to salt and pepper our pork chops and put those in the bag, and then we'll make our mix. Okay, so I salt and peppered both sides. So I am just going to be sticking these in my freezer bag, and then we will make our mix. One little hint, when you are doing honey in a recipe, you're going to want to spray your measuring cup with some kind of cooking spray. That way the honey will slide right back out to the bowl. Our maple syrup, our Dijon mustard, ginger, cinnamon, and cloves. And smells amazing. Something about that maple syrup with the cinnamon and pork, just, it's like holidays to me. It just smells amazing. So all I'm going to do, I mixed it up. I'm just going to go ahead and pour this right over the pork chops. And I'll probably squish that bag around a little bit before I freeze it. Okay, I kind of squished everything around, and like I said, what I'll do is I'll freeze it right here in this bowl and overnight, and then tomorrow I can pop it out of here and it will stay in that shape. That way when I open it up, I can just plunk it in the Instant Pot and it will fit perfectly without having to thaw it out. Doing these grilled Mongolian pork chops. Basically, you stick everything in the freezer bag, including the pork chops, and when you're done, you thaw it and grill them. Easy enough. So I have my garlic, ginger, sesame oil, pepper, sriracha. I have a little bit of soy sauce left. After that, I'm going to be trying out this coconut aminos. I've never tried it before, so my sister-in-law said it's really good, so I'm going to be trying that out. And some sugar. So what I'm going to do is build this right in my freezer bag. Just a little tip, when building inside a freezer bag, you're going to want to put it in some kind of container that's going to hold it all and kind of hold it upright. Otherwise, when you start putting your ingredients in, it's going to fall out and your ingredients are going to spill out. So I'm going to just keep it in this bowl and build it right in there. So I am just going to be sticking my pork chops right in there. And I am just doing enough where I think for my family of 5, which is going to be about, I would say 5, about 7 that way. Oops. Each of us can have 1, including the kids, and maybe 2 for my husband and I. Okay, I forgot to mention I did not have any red wine vinegar, and it was only a, 1.5 tablespoons. So I did substitute this white wine. I think it'll be okay. I have all my ingredients now in, and basically I'm just going to massage this around to mix it up, and this will be done. Okay, and here is what it looks like, ready to be labeled. These smell amazing. I cannot wait to grill these up. I will probably just do it on my grill pan on my stove. I'm going to be doing honey pecan pork chops. Basically, I need cornstarch, salt, pepper, my pork chops, and a 1/4 cup chopped pecans. Now, I love that it shows you on serving day, you will need the honey and coconut oil. So you do not need those now. I did chop up a 1/2 cup because I'm going to be doing also a chicken pecan freezer meal soon. So make sure you're subscribed because that will be in a different video. So I needed a 1/4 cup for that. So I just did those, and I'll stick the other one in a bag in the fridge to keep from going bad. So basically we are just going to combine the cornstarch, salt, and pepper in a small bowl. And then coat the pork chops, put those in the gallon Ziplocs, and then put the pecans separately in a quart bag. And then what you do is put those all in another Ziploc bag to keep them together. And the day of serving, what you are going to do is cook the pork chops, and then you combine the honey with the pecans and put that over the pork chops. It sounds heavenly. So I am going to get my cornstarch, salt, and pepper mixed up. Okay, so I have my cornstarch with salt and pepper. I have my pork chops. What I'm going to be doing is coating those and putting it in this 1/2 gallon Ziploc. I'll put my pecans in there, and I'm going to be putting it all inside this gallon Ziploc. People always ask me where I got these 1/2 gallon. I actually got them at Sam's Club, but somebody commented that they did find them on Amazon. So you're just going to take each pork chop and make sure it is coated. And we're going to throw those in the bag. So I'm going to keep on going here. Okay, so I coated my pork chops, put them in that 1/2 gallon, put my pecans in a bag, and threw it all in a gallon Ziploc. It's ready to be labeled and frozen. Next, I'm going to be making this slow cooker apple pork roast, a dump and go. I have my pork loin. We have some apples and onions, thyme. I didn't have coriander, so we're doing cumin, Dijon mustard, garlic, onion powders, and salt and black pepper back there. And I have a couple assistants, 1 and 2. It's going to be helping me out today. 1 and 2. There's number 2. So what I'm going to be doing is doing 6 to 8 slits, about 3 inches deep, into my pork. And then I'm going to be sticking an apple slice in each of those. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make some slices.
I want to take a big out.
Let's see, it says 6 to 8, but looks like we're doing about 5. And in each, we are going to be sticking an apple slice. No, honey, you can't, because your hands will get all yucky. And a couple more. There we go.
That's it.
Okay, so instead of combining all the seasonings, I'm just going to sprinkle it on and make it easier. So first we're going to need some salt. No, Mommy does this part. I'll let you help with the next, okay? You can do the pepper, Nixon.
I want to put
So we're going to put salt.
I want to put the salt.
It just says 2 teaspoons, so maybe we'll do a little bit more. Okay, next, my trusty assistant is going to do some pepper.
Yeah.
Can you shake some pepper on it? Don't touch it. There you go. Keep it above. Shake. Ooh. Keep it above. Don't touch the pork. Okay, Mommy's turn. Okay, so we're doing pepper.
I'm going to do this next.
And next we are just going to do the garlic powder, onion powder, coriander, and thyme. Basically we just sprinkled everything on and I kind of just rubbed it all over. And I think that's going to be okay. And then we are going to wrap the roast in plastic wrap and then put that in the freezer bag. And then we are going to put the rest of our apples and our chopped onions in another bag. And then it says to mix together cider and mustard and divide that in a bag as well. But I don't have the cider right now, so I will just, when I get the cider from the store, I'll mix that with the mustard and I'll go ahead and just add that to the freezer bag. Okay, so I have my pork roast wrapped in there. I have my apples and onions. When I get the cider, I will mix that with the Dijon mustard. And it says to add it to the bag with the onions and the apples. So I'll either do that or I'll even wait till the day I'm cooking it and just add it right to the slow cooker with this, since you thaw this out before you cook it. Anyways, it'll work either way. So this is ready to be labeled. Last thing to do is to label my bags, and you can definitely have these done ahead of time and do it as you go. So what I like to do is just throw my label inside another bag. If it's something that everything's individually bagged, I'll just throw it right in there inside. If not, I just tape it to the front. And the great thing about the once a month meals is it not only gives you thawing directions, it gives the regular directions, and if it has it, it will even give the nutritional breakdown. So I definitely love that. So I'm going to go ahead and get these labeled. Okay, so we're all labeled. We have the slow cooker apple pork roast, grilled Mongolian pork chops, honey pecan pork chops, Instant Pot honey pork chops, and grilled balsamic pork kabobs. So that was great. 1 pork loin for $20, and I have 5 meals ready for my family of 5. So thank you for joining me today. I hope I inspired you to do a little freezer cooking. And just a reminder, the link for once a month meals is in the description box down below. Make sure you are subscribed to see more freezer cooking videos, and give this video a thumbs up if you like cooking or freezer meal videos. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.